Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your host, Christopher Corey with Shadows Techland. So, wanted to go over and have some story time here. Now, normally I don't bash on sellers because in marketplaces, whether it's Amazon, Newegg, any of the other websites that you may possibly use, because it's just unprofessional. But in this case, I think we need to go over my experience, because I definitely will not be using this Newegg seller pretty much ever again in my existence of buying technology parts from Newegg. Now, backstory here, basically, I was running Proxmox host with two 8TB Western Digital white hard drives temporarily. Wanted to get Proxmox up and running, get it going while I was waiting for drives. Usually it's only a couple days for shipping. Well, let's just face it, that was not the case in this particular case. So I wanted to go through Newegg because I had some credit available in my PayPal account to pay for my order. No big deal, problem solved, easy peasy. Go ahead and let's do the order, take care of it. Well, I went through a Newegg Marketplace Seller who is called Etop, as you can see right here, and it just did not go the way that it should have. It went really, really poorly. Normally you would think it would take a couple days to a week, sometimes at the absolute worst case scenario, basically. I mean, Newegg, obviously they've got the, if you have a subscriber account, to where you can get basically the same thing as Amazon and get the Prime shipping. So it's like 2-day shipping. I don't particularly have that with Newegg because I don't do business with them as much, because most of my stuff is bought through Amazon. So I decided I was going to order 3 Crucial MX 500 gig SSDs. That way I could put 3 SSDs in a ZFS 1, which is essentially the ZFS version of RAID 5, so 1 drive parity with enough IOPS from 3 drives. Not a big deal. I ordered through Etop. They were the only ones that I could find at the particular moment that had 3 in stock. Whatever, that's fine. Okay, sure, whatever. So roughly 5 business days go by. I had sent several emails. It's like, hey, I'm not sure what's going on here. I see that my order is still sitting here and processing. Why isn't my order shipped yet? Basically, what's the deal? Come to find out, they claim logistics issue. And basically, that's layman's terms for, oops, we forgot to even process and ship your order. Okay, fine. So whatever. Wait a couple more days, and I now am at 5 to 6 business days, which at this point in time, I wish I would have just canceled the order and been done and went elsewhere, but I didn't. But I digress. So back to the story here. So basically, it comes down to that after about 5 or 6 business days, they finally ship my bloody order, but they ended up drop shipping it because, from what it sounds like, they're a really small reseller, probably only, I'm assuming, a couple people, probably out of like a garage or something. Really, really small reseller. Not a problem, whatever, that's fine. You got to start somewhere. Not everyone has a big business. Whatever, that's fine. So I get 3 different orders from 3 different locations, from 3 different warehouses and companies, because they drop ship due to the fact that they don't have stock. So they probably said what they had, whatever the case was. They're a small seller, whatever, I digress once again. Comes out, and I believe it was 2 that they ended up grabbing from Amazon and 1 from another warehouse. So I get 3 separate tracking information. Okay, fine, whatever. Kind of odd, but sometimes it happens. Okay, fine. So last Thursday comes around, and I see that one of them's out for delivery. Yay, fine, cool, that's great. And then I checked the tracking information for the other one, that said it was delivered, because I ended up getting the notification. Come to find out, that one says it was delivered to a mailbox in a city like an hour away from me. Or, yeah, about 45 minutes to an hour away from me, depending on where in the city, of course, like it got delivered. Obviously, I don't live there, so I emailed them. I'm like, hey, what's the deal? You guys misshipped, or there's an issue with my order, please advise. So the guy comes back and emails me and ended up giving me the wrong tracking information. Okay, so there's flag number, 2 or 3 at this point in time for a 3 SSD order. Nothing terribly crazy. It's not like I ordered 20 as a personal, home user, which would be a little crazy. But, whatever. Okay, fine. So I checked the tracking information, and this one says that from the new tracking information he gave me, and this one is still being delivered. So, okay, fine. I get my second one. Cool, great. So that one arrives later that day, on Thursday, so I have 2 of them now, out of my 3. Come to find out, the third one with the tracking information he gave me shows that it's coming from a weird warehouse, and it's like almost dead in limbo processing, being shipped to the post office. That way it can actually go out. So I email the guy. I'm like, hey, look, it looks like this is dead in the water. What's going on? Well, come to find out that it says that it was delivered that day to Seattle. So now this guy's giving me 2 wrong tracking information, and that order somehow had another logistics issue. Basically, they forgot to ship that order, so it didn't even go out till late Thursday, early Friday, to where it actually shipped, when I had processed my order on the 11th, which was on a Tuesday. So at this point in time, I have now waited over 9 days when one of my SSDs didn't even ship because they forgot and there was a logistics issue. So at this point in time, we now have first issue of being, 6 business days before the orders were even processed and shipped. 2 different tracking information that was incorrect. And on top of that, my order for my third SSD didn't even ship out at all, and they completely forgot about it. Now, with the email communications that I had back and forth with this company, I'm assuming from the dealings that I've dealt with, in the past, and all the sellers and all the things that I've bought, that they're probably a fairly small company. At the same time, I kind of think that they're foreign too. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with that. We all start somewhere. We all come from somewhere. I have no problem with that. But the communication that I got, I think there was a lot lost in translation, because I only got like 4 to 5 word responses. And, luckily this was for a personal build. It wasn't like for a customer or a business or something of that nature. Otherwise, I would have lost money on this, because I literally had to wait 11 days just to get 3 SSDs. And to be quite frankly, if you look at the reviews for this seller, obviously I didn't leave a very nice review due to the fact that it was probably one of the most horrible experiences that I've ever dealt with. But you can see from the reviews from this seller on Newegg, there's my review, there's another one here on the first step, did okay, another one unsatisfied, came from 3 different orders, 3 different tracking information, all went to wrong locations, eventually showed up, had to pay to get resent, and another one here, the order was drop shipped, and they didn't even get tracking information for half their orders. There's only 6 5-star reviews. Obviously, not a lot of people go through this company, and you can't even find the SSDs from these guys anymore. But to be quite frank, when it comes to this Newegg seller, Etop, I highly recommend staying away from them. I definitely will not be using them, and I am still working with the carrier, well, not the carrier, but the seller Etop to try and get some sort of credit, because this responses and how unprofessional and how many human errors there was. Now, I'm not saying that everyone's perfect, but I mean, when you have a week and a half process and 5 to 6 different errors that happened regarding this, that's a little ridiculous. And either you don't have enough staff or something of that nature is going on, because this is absolutely ridiculous. And I will probably never be using these guys ever again with a business transaction. Just wanted to make you guys aware of that. I will definitely leave a link to the description of who it is, and to avoid them basically at all costs. Otherwise, you will have one heck of a hassle to deal with. I do hope that this helps you guys out. If you have any other questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me on my social media. I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. Thank you guys, and have a good day.